If your relationships have been feeling a little off, like something just is not right, you've been attracting relationships that just don't hold or stick, people that aren't compatible with who you are. If you have been, it's probably not that you need to attract better people. It's probably that you need to check what you are allowing into your life. Because a lot of us say we want an aligned relationship, but we still entertain things that do not align. And as you entertain those things that do not align with who you are, it's a signal. It is a signal. You're sending out a signal that you want the misalignment. A lot of us have been taught to be super kind and nice to people and, you know, give people the benefit of the doubt. And as long as you're a good person, then you will get good relationships. But how often do we see that this isn't true? Being nice does not mean that you're going to get a good relationship or somebody is going to be nice to you. Because if you're being kind and nice from a place of fear, then that's a block. Operating from a place of fear is not in alignment with who you truly are. So now you'll get relationships that don't align with you, who you are, because you're being kind from a place of fear. And let's talk about standards for a moment. How often do you operate and change the way you operate when you interact with other people to accommodate them, to make them feel satisfied, to be kind and nice? How often do you change up, even if it's just something simple? How often do you change the way you operate to make other people happy? That's a misalignment. So if you're doing these things and expecting to be in a aligned relationship, that doesn't match. All the true authenticity in you being who you are and strengthening your energy so that you're able to hold your energy will align you with the relationships that you need in your life. The relationships that align with who you are. But if you're shrinking down, wobbling, changing, being accommodating, you will not meet relationships that reciprocate back to you because there's a misalignment. You're not in alignment. And how do I know this? Because I've experienced this. And being kind, thinking that you're doing the right thing by being very kind to people. But that does not mean that you'll, attract someone that is kind if you're operating from a space of fear, the fear of abandonment, the fear of judgment, any of those things, guilt, shame. So you're being really nice because you want somebody to like you. So you're allowing things in your life that don't go along with you. You just want a relationship. And this could be different types of relationships. It could be a business partnership. It could be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. And you're shrinking down to make other people feel satisfied, to be nice, because you don't want to, seem like the bad person. So you allow things that don't match with who you are and don't align with you in your life. And then we say we want a real solid relationship that will last, but there's a misalignment there. Or we're expecting things in a relationship that aren't even there. We expect things that is not being realistic. We expect things that truly can't give you what you want. You want to get orange juice from an apple or apple juice from an orange, and it truly can't give you what you want. It's in misalignment. So the affirmation for today is I attract aligned relationships. I attract aligned relationships, not by chasing them, not by forcing them, but by strengthening who I am. And as I strengthen who I am, then there's no choice but for me to attract a relationship that is compatible and in alignment with who I am. Because as you strengthen yourself, you're able to maintain things. You're able to attract and maintain as you strengthen yourself. I want you to ask yourself, what would you do if you actually attract an aligned relationship? What would you do with that? What does that look like? What does it feel like? Have you ever just envisioned that? Not what you see other people have, not looking at social media and movies and people that you know in their relationship. What does an aligned relationship look like for you? What does that look like for you? So let's get into our practice today, our somatic practice. And we're going to stop entertaining those things that do not align. So if you are entertaining things that don't align and you say that you want something to align, then check yourself to see, why am I still entertaining something that does not align with me when I say I want something that aligns with me? There's confusion there. So when you have confusion, you're sending a signal of confusion, as within, so without. And on the outside of you, things will mirror what's going on internally, that internal confusion. So let's do our practice today. I want you to close your eyes and take a breath. And relax your body. Release any anxiety or fear or doubt connected to relationships. Any tension that you feel in your body, I want you to breathe it out. If you need to shake it out, then shake it out. But see it leaving you as you breathe out. Now I want you to visualize a relationship that is aligned. Visualize yourself being in a harmonious relationship, an aligned relationship. It's in alignment with who you are, what your energy carries. What does that feel like to you? And again, these could be friendships. These could be partnerships. It could be a romantic relationship. It could be a business partnership. It could be a relationship with your children, with your parents, with your family. What does it look like to be in an aligned relationship? How does that feel in your body? Scan your body to see what your body feels like as you're in this aligned relationship. And I want you to see yourself in this aligned relationship and notice your body language. Notice the environment around you. How does it feel? What's your emotion like? What's your breath like? Are you breathing calmly? Are you healthy? What does it feel like and look like to be in an aligned relationship? And I want you to sit with this for a moment. Now I want you to come back. Now you have a frame of reference to go by. If the relationships that you have now and are allowing now in your life do not align with what you felt. There's a shift that needs to take place. There's some work that needs to take place. There's some work we need to do. We don't have to attract misaligned relationships. We can get strong enough in who we are and in our energy and embrace who we are enough in order to release the fear and the doubt and the shame and all those low things that keep us allowing negative relationships in our lives or relationships that do not align. We don't no longer have to accept those things because, as you saw in your visualization, it's possible, it's real. So now do what's necessary to make this shift into being and doing and allowing that relationship to enter into your life without you chasing it, without you forcing it, by just being. And then you attract that to you. Today, as a tip, I want you to do chest opening stretches and allow yourself to receive positivity. I want you to do deep breathing and allow yourself to breathe in love, to breathe in strength, to breathe in centeredness and being grounded, and release the anxiety, fear, doubt, shame, all those things that you have surrounding surrounding relationships, all those negative thoughts. Any thoughts about yourself that you feel like you're not good enough to have a positive relationship or an aligned relationship, we're going to breathe those things out. And we are going to breathe in the positive aspects as a 15-minute breathing exercise today. That is our tip for today. So I hope you all are well. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. I hope something I said resonated with you. And I will see you tomorrow. We're almost done with our journey. See you tomorrow. Peace and love. Mwah.